Welcome to the Terrible Take, a mini podcast telling Steelers Nation what's on our minds. I'm Joe Clark. And don't panic if the Pittsburgh Steelers don't target the offensive line early in the 2024 NFL draft. And by that, I really just mean the first two rounds. After that, then maybe you can panic, depending on how free agency goes, at least. The Steelers should be looking at a tackle in the draft or free agency in addition to a center. But there is some depth to look at in this draft, and it wouldn't be the end of the world if the Steelers didn't target a guy until the middle rounds. Although I will say tackle is probably a bigger priority for an early round pick, and that's the position where there's going to be less depth. Beyond the second round, there aren't a ton of great options, which is why it wouldn't really be a huge surprise to see the Steelers go cornerback tackle or tackle cornerback in the first two rounds. Still, they could also look to double up at the position, with names like Notre Dame's Blake Fisher likely available in the middle rounds, in addition to Howard's and Neem Dankwa available later in the draft. Personally, I'm very excited to see Dankwa in the East West Shrine Bowl practices and see if he can put his size to good use. At center, there's a bevy of names I wouldn't be too upset about if the team was able to draft, Zach Frazier, Jackson Powers Johnson type. Miami's Matt Lee and Michigan's Drake Nugent could be solid middle to late round selections, and the team could also opt to target a veteran on position in free agency. Either way, it would be an issue if Mason Cole was the team's starting center in 2024, so look for him to make an addition to that position in some way, shape, or form. It's still early in the draft process and the offseason for the Steelers, but as the dust settles from the 2023 season, which ultimately, without a playoff win, will go down as a disappointment, there's a lot of options and avenues Pittsburgh can consider and explore as they look upon improving their roster and making some noise in 2024. It'll be interesting to see what they end up doing. Be sure to follow us at SteelersZebra.com. Check out episodes of The Terrible Take every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure to check out The Terrible Podcast with Alex Kazor and Dave Bryan every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Go Steelers.